She's a very loving but no nonsense real person.
And she is consistent.
She is kind.
I think that Sue is incredibly humble.
She knows she has something to give. She gives it willingly and openly.
I walked into the offices of Raising Hope in November of 2019 after a really terrible year. And I met with Amy. She said, I think we can support you and I think we might have the right person for you.
I think we were paired very well. We shared from the start a love of reading and writing.
They were very successful because, first of all, they're both high achievers. They're both heart-centered people, and they're both scholars. But most importantly, Sue was able to really listen and create a safe space for Cecilia.
In a 6-month span, I lost my father, who died in Argentina, simultaneously with my mom, who was being treated for leukemia, leukocytosis. She fell down and cracked a vertebra. Then I was laid off, and then my health went really downhill.
I let her share what she wanted to share and tried to listen as carefully as I could. When someone does that and shares their feelings, their thoughts, and deep down, it creates a powerful bond.
Sue really helped me to understand that I already had all the resources and created a sort of soft, loving pillow, like a little framework, to put all those resources and to say, look, this is here, you have this, you have that. You already have it. You know how to put it together.
I came to care very deeply about Cecilia, and I hope and think she felt that. And I believe that's always, sometimes transformative, always very meaningful in a person's life. I loved my teaching, so I've just retired after a 25-year career, and I absolutely loved it, and I miss my students. But starting maybe a couple years before I retired, I really felt an urge to work more broadly in the community and outside of a teacher-student relationship. So that's part of what was so appealing to me about the Raising Hope program.
And she is a well-rounded person in that she also is a mother, a stepmother, a grandmother. She volunteers, I think, for literacy. She's a Fulbright scholar. She's also on our board, and so she cares about the overall overarching United Way mission.
I was a single mom for 15 years, and I think that that gave me a real appreciation for some of the hardships that people face. But it also can make you strong. You do it, and then you realize you were able to do it, and you realize how much more you could do.
We met in person twice because the pandemic hit, and then we pivoted to virtual.
It wasn't that difficult because I think we were so much on the same wavelength. I think we had equal cautiousness around COVID. We talked on the phone every week, and I think both thoroughly enjoyed that. And then as soon as we could, we started meeting outside, so we took lots of walks in all sorts of weather and both really enjoyed it.
Sue provided, I think, a point of focus for me during that upside down time period of quarantine, and we didn't know what was going on. It was a magical, vulnerable, beautiful, reciprocal experience, and her mentoring was invaluable.
I just think that in terms of role models, I mean, not only with Cecilia, but in her community, she's somebody who steps up with integrity and grace.
I don't know that I do see myself as a role model, but I like that idea. At some point, things shift, and growing up, you need the support of other people. You always need the support of other people, but I think at some point, you are the supporter. And I'm really happy to be moving into that time in my life where I can say, okay, I don't have all the answers, but I'm in a position to help.
Definitely a successful mentoring relationship, and now they've transitioned since they've graduated from the program to a friendship.
I did not go into this hoping that I would make a good friend out of it, but what a gift that that happened.
There's a mentoring period, but there can be an evolution into friendship afterwards. That's a blessing and a gift that's priceless.
She's a woman who has exemplified what women can do in so many different facets. And Sue does it with grace, and we really love her. And congratulations, Sue.
I would like to say thank you to Sue Marcy, who was very instrumental. I want to thank you, Amy, for your brilliant matchmaking and all the support. Cecilia, I want to thank you for sharing your lovely, lovely self with me. I want to thank my husband, Paul, who also supported me through all this. And during COVID, I was on the phone a lot, I was out a lot, and Paul believes in this. And thank you, Paul.